Sunita, pretty well. Thanks for asking. What about you?
Same here. I'm doing wonderful and I'm so glad to see you here. And welcome to my channel. And I'm so glad to have you here. And I really mustered courage to talk with you because I've been following you for a long time. But yes, I was not able to make that happen. But today only I thought let's make it happen and have a conversation with you.
I'm so thankful for this kind of appreciation. I was not actually ready for these kind of blessed words, but if you could see my message, I've already dropped it, feeling so blessed. Yes, you made my day. Yes, I was so happy, super happy today that wow, Sunita has
Hmm.
messaged me, and it's so wonderful. So the start of the day was very, very wonderful, not expected, and it
Hmm.
turned out to be as good as it can be. So yes,
Hmm.
Sunita.
That's great. And that's your greatness. You're so humble, lady. And this is something that attracted me towards you. I've seen you first on Karishma's channel, and I was immensely impressed by your attitude and your English as well. You were using lot many phrases like interesting phrases and idioms throughout your conversation. I was totally spellbound watching your conversation. Since then I've been following you, your every
Thank you so
conversation.
much. So grateful, so grateful. So, Sunita, your name is in itself a brand. I think we shouldn't waste time to introduce
Mhm.
or what you want, as you wish.
Like if you know about me, then it's fine. We can go forward, right?
All right. So, let's start.
Mhm. Okay. So yes, we decided that we are going to talk about a topic so that our viewers could find it meaningful and it's like away from all these daily conversation that we have been doing already on our channels, right? So our topic for today is that what was that? I forgot. Like it, what was that? Can you tell me?
Personal
Uh-huh.
conversation is far better than digital communication.
Right. So let's talk about that. Since we already know that this world has become totally digital now and we are missing on real life conversation. Mobile phones have introduced a long back and it is, bridging the gap between people and regardless of what countries they live in. So it's totally a boon for us. But there is this another side to the coin that people are less aware of and they are less concerned, but it's worth discussing. So we're going to discuss about that only today, right? So we know that many people are affected by this digitalization, especially youngsters. Even when they are sitting among their friends, but then also their eyes are totally glued to the screens. They don't, involve in that interaction that we can have with our friends, that lively interaction that we used to enjoy earlier in our times, right?
Yes.
That was a really nice time, real nice phase of a life, and that is now no
Yes.
longer there.
Hmm.
Right, it's missing. There are many more examples where we are just totally engrossed in our phones and we are not even talking to the people who is sitting next to us. So this is a really a painful situation. So what are your views on this topic?
First of all, let me clear that what is the meaning of the term communication?
Mm-hmm.
Communication simply means it's a beautiful art where we have to interact with others with complete attentivity, and it involves not only active listening but also emotions and sympathy, according to me. But we are living now, as you have already pointed out, in an era of digital communication where it's super easy and comfy at the same time to just drop an emoji. Nowadays, people are not even taking a second to write or to text
Mm-hmm.
something. They just drop an emoji. Now, it's
Mm-hmm.
quite funny. The
Mm-hmm.
child is sleeping right next room, right? And the parents are dropping digital cakes, emojis, and wishing them birthdays even. So I don't
Right.
get the point that why don't
Mm-hmm.
they just get up and
Mm-hmm.
wish the child personally? So, to be very honest, I find parents and I mean elders also quite responsible for what is happening nowadays. So, Sunita, as you talked about our young age, have you ever heard about soft skill development, grooming? it all came to us very naturally.
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
remember still that we used to chat, sit with
Mm-hmm.
and basking in the sun with a cup of tea, enjoying and surrounded with friends, neighbors, and members, and we are having a good time. Even though we fight with each other, at the end of the day, everything settles down naturally. Now,
Mm-hmm.
that is the power of communication, but nowadays it completely missing.
Yes.
And let's pick a very recent scenario which is happening nowadays. People are just dropping emails,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just dropping email, whether in the form of invitation or
Right.
they are hosting a party or whatever. Now there is a long and serious communication gap, and definitely it is bridging the gap between the host and the guest. None of them worry about anymore. Like if the guests are not showing up, they are not worried, and the host is
Right.
not at all worried, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
and in our era, what used to happen, if you remember, that we used to receive those physical invitation. Yeah, so nowadays people just drop an email that
Mm-hmm.
you have to come and you have to show up. So the result is definitely because of, you can say, a wide gap between the
Mm-hmm.
communication power. We have no communication, we have no responses, we have no emotions, and the result is that out of 100 guests, only 50
Mm-hmm.
show up.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and no one even minding it. We are all
Mm-hmm.
happy. We are all satisfied with whatever. Right? We live in the same house, even though we message to each other. Even if
Mm-hmm.
we want to have a glass of water, normally my children drop me a message, Mama, can you just give us a cup of tea or a
Mm-hmm.
glass of water? They don't even want to come downstairs and have a simple conversation. So you are
Mm-hmm.
correct, because people are, out of order. I don't know why it's happening. Maybe it's
Mm-hmm.
one of the cons of the digital era.
Hmm.
So
Right.
everything, right? Everything has its pros and cons. So this is one of the basic cons that we are facing nowadays, and
Mm-hmm.
the problem has to be curbed.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a good sign. Children are, nowadays they are become so much frustrated and agitated. They have lost all respect for their elders.
So
Even
true.
if, yes, even if they want to just give a hug, they are just dropping an emoji. Why don't we just come and hug their
Right.
parents physically? So this is
Right.
because of the gap which
Mm-hmm.
we are facing, and this is, yes, this can be considered as one of the biggest problems. Invitations are now becoming no better than, pro formas documentations. You
Mm-hmm.
just give the invitation and you are done,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
No follow up, no phone calls. Now digital communication, digital emotion. the,
Right.
the moment you pick up the call,
Mm-hmm.
that digital emotion can be, you can say, can be felt for only a very
Mm-hmm.
short span of time. The moment you hang up the call, the emotion vanishes away.
Right, absolutely. And I feel the most important reason behind this is mobile phones only, because our world is so much confined to this phone that we have any questions, we want to, know answers to any of our stress or maybe depression, or we want to just have someone in front of us so that we could just listen to them. So you get everything in that phone. Like even
Right.
for cooking also, when I came to my in-laws house for the very first time, I was not very good at cooking, but still I chose to go to my YouTube and then browse for some recipes. Instead of that, I could have asked my mother-in-law, right? So that
Yes.
I could maintain that bonding, or I could establish that bonding, in those initial stages. So I missed that thing, and I totally regret on that. So this is one thing that I could have done, and our bonding could have been better initially, although it's better now. So this is one of the major reasons, I suppose it is mobile phones only, that we don't want to talk to anyone. Every answers we are getting here on phone itself, right?
Exactly.
Entertainment is also there, right? Earlier than
Every,
this, we used to gather around our friends and our family members. We used to go to get together, have fun. And these days, we don't even want to go to marriages, right?
we don't,
We
neither we want
avoid.
to go out, neither we want to go out,
Hmm.
nor we want to invite anybody.
Right, right. We don't
Yes, we
bother about
just,
this thing
yes, we
at all.
just want to scroll through videos all day long. And then at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, we complain that we are very much tired.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
who is responsible? We ourselves are responsible
Mm-hmm.
for being dog tired or for being burnt out. Who is responsible? And
Yes.
who is pushing you to switch
Mm-hmm.
on the phone? We ourselves. Now, if you have noticed, we are wasting a lot of time. We are
Mm-hmm.
not investing our time. We are
Mm-hmm.
wasting our time. And that is deliberately. The worst part is we are doing it deliberately, not
Right.
unintentionally. It's
Mm-hmm.
our phone, it's our time, and we
Mm-hmm.
chose to just switch it on. Why don't we just turn it off and keep it safely in an almirah or somewhere
Mm-hmm.
else without our,
Right.
yeah, we keep the smartphone within our reach. Then
Mm-hmm.
definitely those notifications, those those messages, those pop sounds, they definitely worry us because
Mm-hmm.
we chose to get
Mm-hmm.
exhausted, to get worried. So nobody can be held responsible for whatever we are doing. So
Hmm.
I
Right.
feel
Yes, we have that fear of missing out. We don't want to, left behind. We don't want to miss out on anything that is being posted on social media by our friends, by our family members, and keep on commenting on that, right? We don't want to miss anything, like any sort of thing. So that is why, even when we are just focusing on a particular activity, but then our phone rings or any message pops up, we tend to check that first and we
we
leave
rush we
whatever
rush
we were doing.
yeah, we
Mm.
rush immediately, we rush as if we can't live without it. We rush.
Right.
Now,
But
how many, whatsoever number of followers you have,
mhm,
maybe imagined as if you have 10 million of followers. Imagine you have hundreds and thousands of subscribers. But have you ever thought that when we are in real trouble, how many of them will reach out to us? No
mhm,
one. No one. Just give it a try. You just ask any of your subscribers or
mhm,
even from your relation to just transfer even a trifle amount of money. They will
mhm.
stop responding to you. This
Right,
is,
right.
yes, this is the one of the, again, the
Mhm,
worst effects of having this communication gap, because
mhm,
we are running short of emotions and
mhm,
we are not even giving a try. We are just very happy. We are feeling contented, although it's just superficial.
mhm.
We
Right.
don't want to invite others and we don't
Mhm.
want to go because in that period of time we think that maybe this round earth can become square. Yes.
Right, right.
So yes, we
Yes.
don't want to miss even a second.
Hmm. And I too believe in this psychology that we should balance work-life balance, right? Work-life balance should be there. And when we talk about subscriber, that is our work, like where what we do on YouTube. But there is our personal life as well. And personal life include not just us, but our family as well. So we need to take care of them too, right? They
Yes,
are dependent on us. Like we
exactly.
all dependent on each other for that bonding, for that emotional support and financial support and everything. But we are lacking on that empathy because we are totally engrossed with our phones, in our phones and everything, right? So we are lacking on that empathy, that real time interaction that they need from us, right? So this is something we have to take care of in future. And I totally thank my father for this, because there was a time when I was not talking to my cousins that much because I was busy in my studies. But then my father pushed me. He just, he was forcing me to talk to them. Initially, I found it really, like reluctant. I was reluctant of it, but then I started enjoying. So I totally thank my father for this, and I am still in talking terms with them. So that's just because of my father. So I believe your parents have an important role to push you in that human interaction and
Exactly.
that social communication, we can say, right? So they have an important role here.
See, we have to maintain that yin yang energy. That means you talk
Mhm,
about the balance in life,
mhm,
right? Though we are living in an era of digital, everything is digital, marketing, communication, you talk, you pick anything. But then at the end of the day, the crux is it depends on you. It's
mhm,
your choice, it's your preference. It's your preference how much time do you exactly want to invest in any of the activities, because you can't hold responsible. You are the only one who can be held responsible at the end of the day. So stop making excuses. All
mhm,
right, we are the ones who are wasting the time, so there should be a balance in each and every activity.
mhm,
We have to shoulder the lot of responsibilities and
mhm,
for enjoyment also. I'm not saying that we should just don't give any time for our fun or enjoyment or entertainment, but
mhm,
everything in the world needs balance, a
mhm,
perfect balance. And we should understand that how and where to maintain that balance
mhm. Right, right. That's totally upon us. And this is not something that can be taught, but it comes from within only, right?
within.
Because we keep on taunting our kids as well, and or maybe someone who is using phone constantly, even when, having lunch at dining table, then also while eating, they'll keep on scrolling phone. So we keep on taunting, but they don't listen to us. So this is going to be come from within. But yes, there is this another thing I want to relate it with our English journey or spoken English, that people often say that they're not able to face people. This is
Mm,
one of the major fears of them, right? So they have this glossophobia and they can't face people. So that is because of that lack of social interaction only. It comes from there
exactly.
itself. That is
Yes.
the root cause.
Yes, this is one of the
Yeah.
crucial points. Very
Mm.
interestingly, and most of the people they say, "Ma'am, we can read, we can listen to, we can even write, but we cannot speak because
Mhm.
you are the one who have enclosed yourself within your comfort zone. Come out of that comfort zone." What is public speaking nowadays? Everybody has overhyped the term public speaking so much. It's nothing. We do public speaking each and every day,
Mhm.
informally in our social gathering, and formally, say a stage. And most of the people they think that, oh, public speaking means to set the stage on fire every time and you have to speak in front of a large audience. So yes, for this, half knowledge is dangerous. Just come out
Mhm.
of that comfort zone, try to understand the scenario. Nothing is
Mhm.
impossible. Even the term, if to break it down, it says I am possible. Nothing is
Right, right.
possible. Stop
Mm.
making excuses. We are putting on body weight. We are not getting this language. We have so many troubles with the relatives. Now find where is the problem.
Mhm.
It
Right.
can be that you are the one who
Mhm.
is problematic. So
Right.
just solve that problem, come out of your comfort zone, go
Mhm.
extra mile, try something else. If any of the procedures is not working, try for the second one, the third one. We have multitudes of videos. You have to scroll through the videos that make sense.
Mhm. But
So
still, I tell my co-learners always, I suggest them to not just stick to phone, but talk to real people, go in real world and bring all these communication in your communication skills in your personality itself, right? Don't learn it, but if you'll go on facing people, if you'll go to social gathering, you will imbibe all these qualities naturally, no matter what languages you are using while, communicating with those people. But then
definitely.
it's just that while having conversation or while having any formal interaction, you just need to speak in English language, but you'll have that personality in yourself. You'll not feel apprehensive while talking to people because
Exactly.
you have habit of, meeting people.
Meeting people. If you break down even the learning process, now as you just pointed out that people are so apprehensive, they intimidate this kind of activity in their real life.
Mhm.
So learning process, if you break it down, we have passive learning and active learning. Now under the passive category falls listening and reading, and under the active category falls writing and speaking. We spend 80% doing passive activity and only 20% we invest in active learning. So, how can your dream come true? Never. The fact is to do the reverse. You listen, you read, but implement also. Actively
Mm-hmm.
implement whatever you are listening to. Nowadays, Sunita, if you have seen, every third person is a YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
Every second person wants to, learn this language without giving importance to proper pronunciation.
Right.
English is a beautiful language, and they are simply, I'm not rude, I'm very honest, they are killing the beauty of this language. At least before uploading any of the videos, just recheck.
Mm-hmm.
Have we pronounced the word properly? Voice record yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to it. If you are not confident enough, practice, practice, and practice. The practice
Right.
makes a man perfect.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, so we have to
Yes.
change the approach. We have to
Mm-hmm.
choose the right approach, whatever appropriate for us. We have to go
Mm-hmm.
with that. There are many advice, many pieces of advices you can see. Many information are there on YouTube's, but you have to follow only that is working for you. That is
So
perfect for
true.
you.
Hmm. And there is this perfect idiom for this scenario that don't bite off more than you can chew. So take a small bite and chew it properly and digest it fully, right? So we can learn in small chunks and understand it completely and try to apply it in your speaking. Don't just, overburden yourself with lot many content and you're getting nothing out of it at the end of the day. You
Yes,
forget
yes,
everything.
yes. And you will get confused. You will just end up confusing yourself. And you
Hmm.
will find yourself in the mid of nowhere. So stop
Right.
doing that. Don't be overstressed. It's a fun loving activity. Take it as a
Hmm.
game, take it as an activity. And in
Hmm.
this very comfortable way, you can just move ahead. And it
Right.
may come to you naturally. Why to
Hmm.
overstress? It's just an art. You can just learn it just in the same way as we have learned cooking,
Hmm.
reading, cycling, swimming. So it's just an activity, just an art. Give it a shot, but the approach should be proficient, efficient, and valuable. It shouldn't be
Hmm.
like you are just doing, investing your time. At the end of the day, you are finding nothing.
Right. And approaches could be different for different people, I must say, because for me, interactions are the best way that I'm learning.
Hmm.
I've been interacting with people for around 2 to 3 months now, and I'm learning a lot from interactions only because I don't get much time to immerse myself in other activities. So for me, this is the best approach. For someone else, there could be something else, right? So you need to find it, you need to explore your ways, and then go for the best approach.
Yes. Let it flow naturally. Just
Right.
as a river flows naturally, just as the sun shines naturally. So let the learning process be as natural as it can be. Don't over
Hmm.
stress yourself. Once you find the correct way you find the correct approach, stick to it, and then you never look back. So I
Hmm.
bet for that you will bounce, and this time you will bounce back strongly. But yes, the approach should be efficient enough to give
Hmm.
you fruitful results. So that is
Right.
my take on this.
Yes. And I believe people feel stressful because of the competition. They feel that we are in a
Mhm.
competition. Even when they see other YouTubers growing really well, they feel we are lagging behind. So they get stressed about it. So they need to just, throw this mentality away and they have to focus on themselves, be the best version of yourself. Don't compare yourself with other people, right? We should believe in collaborating rather than competing with other people.
Exactly. And
Mm.
one thing that I am just noticing nowadays, that people are just doing everything to achieve, this fleeting, what do you say, achievement. They are putting shitty thumbnails, which I hate so much.
Mm. Same,
Yes. Shitty
same here.
thumbnails to attract the viewers, to attract people, and to monetize their YouTube channel. So,
Mhm.
in this way, you are absolutely correct. You are on the button that we should just target. What is our target? Do you want to monetize your channel, or you want to improve yourself? One thing at one time. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
don't blend and mix everything together.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you will be good for nothing at the end of the day. This I vouch for.
Mm-hmm. Right. And if you'll go this way and you'll become popular one day, but still you're going to face a lot of backlash then when you'll have, many
Yes,
viewers. So
yes.
this is going to happen. But still we should focus on ourselves only, like becoming the better version and improving day by day.
Exactly.
That's
Be
going.
yourself. Be
Mm-hmm.
natural. Okay, be what you are. Don't try to fall trap what others are doing. Okay, they have put that kind of thumbnail. Let me try this.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go that. Otherwise, you will definitely end up losing your own track, and
Mm-hmm.
again, your road will be closed. So, what you want
Right.
to do, set your target first and then move ahead in the same path.
Mm-hmm.
Don't look back. But if
Hmm.
you start comparing with others, then stop it right now. We couldn't do anything good if we start comparing with others, that that YouTuber has, okay, he has million of. We have to just look behind the scenes also, that how much hard work have they put to achieve
Right.
that status. So we have to look at everything, not just only their success stories, but have we ever tried our best to learn something about their failures, their
Mm-hmm.
problems? No. We just looked at the final results. So this is not the, not the positive approach. So stop negativity, stop throwing stones at others, work on yourself and be the better versions of yourself. That
Right.
is.
I completely agree with you. So, yes, we have covered a lot of ground on our topic as well that we were discussing earlier. So, let us conclude that and then we can wrap up.